up on Nittany Game Week.
We want to show that we are like a force to be reckoned with, and we always say shock the world, rock the world, we are.
The softball team slugs their way to an upset victory over Northwestern in the Big Ten tournament. How long it's been since they've clobbered the Cats, and why PSU is not surprised by the first round result.
16-8 for the Nittany Lions, Big Ten tournament champions.
The men's lacrosse team avenges an overtime loss to Johns Hopkins from a few weeks ago and captures the conference title in the process, what makes them a serious contender for back-to-back trips to the Final Four.
He has just had an incredible impact on athletes across so many walks of life, as well as patients in the community.
And the PSU community mourns the loss of a leader in the athletic medicine field, the way Dr. Wayne Sebastianelli will be remembered by his family, friends, and the Penn State athletes he treated. This is Nittany Game Week. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Nittany Game Week. I'm Todd Sadowski alongside Ryan Yee. Early May equals the postseason for college spring sports. We catch the softball team in Big Ten tournament play at the University of Maryland.
Yeah, and let's really concentrate on the lacrosse program as they both earn bids to the NCAA tournament. We start our opening drive with men's lacrosse as they fly past the Blue Jays for the Big Ten championship. And you know, with the Nittany Lions, the faithful are going to make the trip out to Piscataway for the big-time game, a place where fortune played in Penn State's favor 7 years ago for their last Big Ten title. We start just a minute in. Up top, Chase Robertson brings it in, draws a couple defenders, finds Hunter Aquino, who's got the space, splits the Blue Jays, and rips a shot. A laser that finds the back of the cage. Penn State on the board first, 1-0 early in this one. We jump all the way to the third, knotted at 6, but not for long. Some quick thinking from Luke Wallstrom, goes right to the net and goes top shove on the doorstep. Penn State right back out front. Another look at this one. Wallstrom actually catches the Blue Jays sleeping. Clean lane to the net that leads to the big time goal. Penn State now pulling away. We jump all the way to the fourth quarter. Penn State up by 5, 12-7 with under 7 to go. Lehman from the left puts the step and shimmy on, winds up and has a go. A rifle of a shot finds the net. Penn State extends the lead to 6. That lead gets all the way to 8, doubling up Johns Hopkins 16-8. Final seconds dwindle down in a game that ended with Penn State dominance. The Nittany Lions are your Big Ten champs for the first time since 2019.
It means a ton. We've been working all year, and it hasn't been the best year for us. It hasn't been perfect, but we faced adversity, we got through it, and I don't think we'd be here today without those losses. So it taught us a lot, and it feels good to get it done. We believe that it didn't matter what seed we were, who we were playing, where we were. We just wanted to get in, and we think we're dangerous. We're hitting our stride right now. That's all we care about. I mean, Big Ten championship's awesome, but that's not the goal at the end of the day, so we're not done yet.
And Alex is correct. PSU is not done. They're about to host a first-round game in the NCAA tournament. The opponent, Army, Saturday afternoon, 2:30 p.m., face-off at Panzer Stadium.
Always a huge advantage to play on the home turf in the postseason. Win or lose, one final game at Panzer for the seniors and this year's team. There is no chance Coach Tambroni and his staff are going to overlook the cadets.
What you would expect stereotypically from one of the military organizations. They're just super well organized. They play really hard, play really well together in all facets of the game. And there's a reason why not only did they win the Patriot League title, but they won it in such dominant fashion. Players recognize that it's a single elimination tournament. And I think any focus or discussion that goes on to anything other than just, how do you make more plays would be not only detrimental, but I think it would go against everything that we've tried to do. And I think these guys have earned the right just to go out and have some fun.
The Nittany Lions are 9-5 overall. The losses are by a combined 6 goals. If they win, they match up with the top seed Princeton in the quarterfinals on Sunday, May 17th. PSU actually beat the Tigers 13-7 way back on Valentine's Day. So the men's lacrosse team is now just 2 wins away from back-to-back trips to the Final Four.
Yeah, on the women's side, Kayla Trainer and her squad weren't quite sure what to expect before the NCAA tournament bids got out. They gather and react to the good news last weekend.
Stanford takes on Penn State, and your new head coach, new line of the Kayla Trainer.
Raw emotion and excitement from the Nittany Lions as they hear their name called. PSU loses a heartbreaker to Michigan by 1 goal in the Big Ten tournament. Their 12-6 record is impressive enough to earn them a spot, though, in the bracket to face Stanford. In the first round, it's pretty clear the program is on the rise and expects to be part of the national conversation.
I think we have a standard here at Penn State, and it's being 1% better every day in everything we do. So just applying that every day has, helped us. Every single day we have to go out there and do the little things in practice, not just the big things or anything. It's literally comes down to games of inches and just every little thing that we do going forwards.
I think the coaching staff has lit this fire inside of us. Obviously, our goal is to go far in the tournament, good selection. I mean, it's exciting. Like I said before, the facing the adversity makes us stronger, makes us more hungry, and we're fired up.
This is the 27th NCAA tourney appearance for PSU. They have 12 Final Fours and 2 national championships in 1987 and 1989.
And while lacrosse reaches the final destination and the NCAA tournament, the softball team takes the field at the University of Maryland in the Big Ten tournament. Nittany Game Week's Lauren Bradford makes the trip to College Park to show us how PSU fares against one of the top competitors in the conference.
Welcome to the Big Ten tournament. Penn State softball postseason starts right here in College Park.
Tonight's game features the Penn State Nittany Lions and the Northwestern Wildcats.
The Nittany Lions taking the field against Northwestern to start their tournament off. Not quite the start the team was looking for, finding themselves trailing 4-0 early after giving up a pair of home runs.
We came in here saying no matter what, we're going to fight to the end. And, we fell down early, but we didn't even dwindle a little bit. We were ready to go from innings 1 through 7.
We never lost that momentum, and we also never had a single doubt in each other, and we knew we were going to come back and win this game.
And come back they do. 4 2-run shots put the Nittany Lions right where they want to be, and they aren't looking back.
It's really awesome because it's not something that we're trying to do. We're trying to hit line drives, and if they go over, they go over. And I think it just really shows with our excitement too. And it's an accident, but hey, it's a happy accident.
It is so relieving, if I'm being honest. I'm sitting here in the bullpen and I'm jumping up and down from home runs.
The pitchers lock it down too, with Brevin Kelly-Porras and McKenna Young combining for 6 innings of 1-run ball in relief.
Really just proud of those two for coming in and shutting it down when we obviously needed to do that.
1 win down, but that's just the start.
You start from the bottom, you can only go up. We want to show that we are a force to be reckoned with, and we always say shock the world, rock the world, we are.
I think everyone's doubting us, oh yeah, Penn State, they're going to lose, but we're going to really show them we are that team.
Lauren Bradford for Nittany Game Week.
Thanks, Lauren. The reward for beating Northwestern for the first time in 15 years, a date with UCLA in the quarterfinals. PSU needs a late rally for any hope in this one after a base hit to open up the top of the 6th by Frankie Fleischer and a Gabby Gratishar walk. It's first and second, time to manufacture a run. Junior Kaylee Walters turns and bunts it down the third base line. The throw is off target. That allows Michaela Barbonente enough time to head for home and slide in head first. The one and only run of the game for the Lions. UCLA nails it down to advance. Penn State falls to 33-21 on the season. They reach 30 wins in 4 of the last 5 years. But still to come, kicking off a new era of Penn State football. We recap a fast and furious few months for the new coach and host of new players now wearing the blue and white. More Nittany Game Week is on the way.
Nittany Game Week is brought to you by West Shore Home, official partner of Penn State football.
Welcome back to Nittany Game Week. The new era of Penn State football begins with the introduction of new head coach Matt Campbell. What follows, a fast and furious few months where we get a chance to meet the new players and coaching staff. It's capped by a sneak peek of what's to come this fall at the Blue-White practice.
It's been a whirlwind. I'm going to say this. I'm humbled, honored, grateful to be standing before all of you, this world-class university, this world-class athletic department, and truly one of the greatest football programs in the world. And it's an absolute honor to be the next head football coach here at Penn State University.
The first introduction is for Matt Campbell, now steering the ship to calmer waters after a tumultuous fall season. We meet his family, find out quickly how excited he is to meet this challenge head on. Momentum starts to build as the interim head coach Terry Smith stays in Happy Valley to be on the coaching staff, which also now includes former Nittany Lion Danton Lynn as the defensive coordinator, along with a lot of key pieces from Campbell's crew at Iowa State.
We're a blended family. His core values, Coach Campbell's core values, align with how we are here at Penn State. He's a perfect fit. He's about hard work. He's about dedication. He's about the guys in the locker room, and just doing right by those guys. And pull your sleeves up one arm at a time, and come to work every day, and put forth your best effort.
We spent a lot of time as a staff, kind of talking about what we envision the defense being. All right, and now after that, let's look at who we have. Let's look at who's going to stay, who could potentially leave, and now what holes do we need to fill? And as we're filling those holes, let's make sure we're bringing in the right players. Let's not just watch tape and just evaluate talent. How is this individual going to impact our culture? And I feel like every single person that we brought in, it was with intention.
Next meet and greet is with the players. A large portion of them travel from Iowa to State College via the transfer portal. The Cyclones and Nittany Lions merge to form one team and quickly get acquainted with each other.
We're doing community service together. We're going to dinners together. We're just meeting, talk about if the guys need help, schooling. Just new guys at State College have no idea what it's like to live here, operating downtown, parking, because that's an awful mess at Penn State. Yeah. And getting through all that, unknowing what Thon is, that was pretty cool. Coach Campbell getting to know what Thon is and guys giving to Thon. I don't know if that's ever happened before, but that was pretty cool, guys using the money they earned to get back to something like that.
Finally, it's time to get to work. Morning practices are now the norm, and maximizing all of them is critical, including their first public workout in West Shore home field at Beaver Stadium for the blue-white practice.
The last 16, 17 weeks, there's a lot of change. And to have the ability to, I think, really come together, feel like we had the ability to get a base offense and a base defense, really understand what we are and evaluate our football team. I think all those things are what we feel very confident about ourselves. I thought a really positive 15 spring practices.
The systems are implemented. Nobody's a stranger anymore. The roster construction and work continues over the summer. It all builds up to the first game at home on September 5th against Marshall. Up next, our Impact interview with our football season co-host Jay Paterno as we remember Dr. Wayne Sebastianelli, who passed away earlier this week. Jay has been asked to give the eulogy at Dr. Sebastianelli's service. He details his impact to Penn State's athletic department and the community as a whole. Nittany Game Week returns after this.
Impact Interview is sponsored by the Pocono Mountains, where small-town charm meets big adventures. Book your trip today by visiting PoconoMountains.com.
Time for our Impact interview as we bring in our Nittany Game Week co-host during the football season, Jay Paterno. And Jay, really appreciate the time. I wish we were talking under better circumstances, but of course, the sudden passing of Dr. Wayne Sebastianelli has really caught everybody off guard up in the Penn State community, the director of athletic medicine, and meant so much to the people in Penn State athletics, but to the community in general. Can you just talk about Dr. Sebastianelli's passing this week and, his profound impact really on the community as a whole?
It really was a shock to everybody. My mom called me Monday morning and said Wayne died, and I didn't even process that it might be Wayne Sebastianelli because he was just a picture of health. But when you talk about his impact, over the last several weeks, I've gone to a couple of Penn State practices and been to the Blue-White game, and so many former Lettermen had been back. And it's been fun to watch them interact with Wayne because a lot of them hadn't seen him in a while. And it just shows you across generations how many people he impacted, and not just football players. You see someone like Ali Krieger, who's won the World Cup and won Olympic medals, posting about how she saved her career. I mean, so he has just had an incredible impact on athletes across so many walks of life, as well as patients in the community.
Well, look, you've received a tremendous honor. The family has asked you to to give the eulogy for Dr. Sebastianelli's funeral. What are some of the things you're going to highlight as far as his impact, not just personally, but professionally, and, back in his hometown of Jessup, but, to everyone that he's come in contact with?
I think, he's what I've been talking to a lot of people, obviously, the last 48 hours, but what keeps coming back is his integrity, his honesty, his loyalty, the kind of values that you want in the people that are around your student athletes. And certainly if you're a patient, you want those in your doctor. But those are the things that keep coming back, the same kind of themes about what he meant to people. Generally when Dr. Sebastianelli, when you're meeting with him as a student athlete, it's not in great circumstances. It's often on your darkest day as an athlete. Same thing with patients. They're there because they have problems. And he's been kind of a face of hope, a voice of hope that has helped people through what are often very long roads to recovery. And he's just been an incredible person in that regard.
Well, we've talked at length about the fact that parents hand over their kids to coaches and those types of things in college situations, but they're also handing them over to the athletic staff. And I think that's someone that the parents appreciate as well when you have someone who's so esteemed and had done it for so long.
No question about it. I think, we live in a cynical age. And, sometimes for years, the doctor was seen as kind of an extension of the football machinery that was going to put people on the field at win at all costs. And I can tell you from personal experiences, we had a year where Michael Robinson had a concussion and was cleared in the protocol to go back. And Wayne was way ahead of his time on concussion protocol. In fact, we were the first schools to do it. And Mike had been cleared, but Wayne said, I still think in my professional opinion, it's too soon. And Mike was rather vocal about wanting to get back on the field. But at the end of the day, we did what was best for Mike, and he had a long NFL career. But Wayne's career is just full of examples where he put the student athletes' welfare above wins and losses. And his ability to earn people's trust in a very, very short period of time has been really valuable for Penn State over so many years. He's going to be hard to replace in that regard.
Yeah, and of course, you mentioned just there locally with the Penn State community, and of course, all his interactions with the Nittany Lions athletes. But, broaden that out, Jay, because, you do it over 30 years and you do it to the level that he's done it. And really the college sports world is losing his insight and his professionalism and his expertise.
No question about it. As you remember last year, we had the doctor from Ohio State on, of talking about the blood drive. And when Wayne's name came up, we were just talking, he just talked with just incredible reverence. And the more you travel around, the more people I meet from so many different schools. He was seen as a national leader on a number of issues. I mentioned the concussion one certainly was one that he was a leader on. And he's going to be a void for a lot of people. And he was a guy that took the time to instruct, help other people, and be a resource for everybody.
And I guess just finally for you personally, I mean, I'm sure you had the personal connection as well. What are some of the lasting things that, you'll think about when you think about Dr. Sebastianelli?
Oh, a lot of jokes, a lot of movie lines. We rode together in the bus to the airport, from the airport to games on road trips, sat next to each other for 17 years. And just, I'll miss the insights, and I'll miss just having that voice to, when something's wrong medically with somebody in my family, he was always there to answer the phone and generally calm us down from panic. And so I'm going to miss all those things.
Really appreciate Jay's insight on Dr. Sebastianelli. You can go to NittanyGameWeek.com for all of our Impact interview conversations, along with our other web exclusive content. Don't go anywhere. Still to come, Coach Pav and the men's volleyball team in NCAA tournament play, and more honors handed out to Nittany Lions athletes for our Dean's List. We're headed into the final minutes on Nittany Game Week.
Nittany Game Week is brought to you by West Shore Home, official partner of Penn State football.
We're back with an end of an incredible era for the men's volleyball program and head coach Mark Pavlik. An NCAA regional round meeting with UC Irvine puts Penn State to the test. The solid opening from the Nittany Lions and resiliency pushes the match to a 5th game. Goes down to the wire. Match point for the Anteaters. The blue and white keep it alive, but it ends up going UC Irvine's way. A block attempt, just not good enough. 15-13 game set match. Penn State falls short and ends the Mark Pavlik era as the 4th winningest coach in college volleyball history soaks in his final moments, embraces his staff. A tough ending, but no less, Pavlik finishes off his career as one of the all-time college greats. And as we get to this week's Dean's List, there's 3 guys I'm sure will give Coach Pavlik a whole lot of credit. Sean Harvey, Ryan Merck, and Owen Rose, all selected to the American Volleyball Coaches Association All-America teams. Harvey on the 2nd team, Merck and Rose both voted as honorable mentions. A season to remember, no doubt, for Nittany Lions volleyball. On to baseball. In Game 2 of last week's series with Minnesota, Michael Anderson etched his name into the history books with his 19th home run of the season. The homer ties Ben Heath's single-season record back in 2010 of 19. And last but not least, to Penn State's baseball club counterpart, the Nittany Lions club team is making waves on the national radars. The team stakes their claim to #1 in the country in the National Club Baseball Association rankings. Congrats to this week's Dean's List honorees.
Thank you, Ryan. Just a few more episodes left in our season. We continue to bring PSU fans and alumni together with our Nittany Connect network. At NittanyGameWeek.com, we partner with businesses that support the show and let our viewers know about their great products and professional services. You can consume our content 24/7, 365 at NittanyGameWeek.com. That's where we keep all of our web-exclusive content. Take some time, check out previous episodes of the show, along with some fun and informative impact interviews. All can be found at one convenient location.
And something else we'd like to share with our viewers is your pride picks. If you happen to be attending the men's lacrosse NCAA tournament game Saturday afternoon, make sure to submit your pride picks on the website and you can see them in next week's show.
For Ryan and Lauren, I'm Todd. Thanks so much for watching Nittany Game Week. We'll see you next time.